Have you ever noticed your feet getting cold for no clear reason? Or a strange tingling in your fingers that just won't go away? Many people over the age of 60 assume these symptoms are simply part of getting older. But what if I told you they can actually be one of the earliest warning signals your body sends when something deeper is happening inside your circulation system? Because numbness, cold hands and feet, and that prickling sensation in your legs are rarely random. Very often they are the first signs that your blood is no longer reaching your cells as efficiently as it should. And when that delivery system begins to slow down, your entire body starts to feel the effects. Your brain may receive less oxygen, which can affect memory and focus. Your muscles may weaken faster, making everyday movements feel harder than they used to. And your nerves can begin sending distress signals, creating burning, tingling, or numb sensations in the feet and hands. In my clinic, I've seen thousands of older adults struggling with these exact symptoms. Many believed nothing could be done, but the truth is something most people are rarely told. In many cases, poor circulation is not permanent damage. Often, it begins with a silent problem inside the lining of your blood vessels, something medical science calls endothelial dysfunction. Let me explain it in a simple way. Think of your blood vessels like the plumbing inside a house. When you're young, those pipes are smooth, flexible, and wide open, allowing blood to move effortlessly throughout the body. But over time, years of inflammation, stress, processed foods, and environmental toxins can begin damaging the delicate inner lining of those vessels. Instead of staying flexible, the arteries become stiff and irritated. Instead of opening easily to allow blood through, they begin to narrow and struggle to expand. And this is where the real problem begins. Because the smallest blood vessels in your body, the tiny capillaries, are responsible for feeding your toes, fingers, brain, and nerves. When those vessels stop working properly, these areas are the first to suffer. That's when symptoms start appearing. Cold feet, tingling, numbness, weakness, and sometimes even painful nerve sensations. But here's the encouraging part. Your circulatory system has an incredible ability to repair itself even later in life. And today, I'm going to share something many seniors are never told by their doctors. There are 2 essential vitamins that work together to help restore the health of your blood vessels from the inside out. When used correctly, they may help improve blood flow, support flexible arteries, reduce circulation-related numbness, and help your cells receive oxygen again. But there's also one common mistake that completely blocks their benefits. And unfortunately, many people make it without realizing it. In the next section, I'll explain the first vitamin that helps remove calcium buildup from your arteries, one of the hidden causes of poor circulation after age 60. Once you understand how it works, the entire picture of blood flow health will start to make sense. Now that you understand how circulation problems begin, let's talk about one of the most overlooked nutrients for blood vessel health. It's a vitamin many seniors have heard of, but very few realize how powerful it actually is. I'm talking about vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form. Most people associate vitamin K with blood clotting, and that's partially correct. But vitamin K2 plays a completely different and extremely important role inside your circulatory system. To understand why it matters so much, we need to talk about calcium. Calcium is essential for strong bones and teeth, but when calcium ends up in the wrong place in the body, it can create serious problems. As we age, calcium sometimes begins depositing inside the walls of arteries instead of bones. This process is known as arterial calcification. Think of it like mineral buildup inside water pipes. At first, it's microscopic and invisible. But over time, that buildup slowly makes the pipes stiff, narrow, and less flexible. And when arteries lose flexibility, something very important happens. They stop responding properly to your body's signals to expand and relax. Instead of widening when more blood is needed, they remain rigid and restricted. That means less oxygen reaches your brain muscles, hands and feet nerves, which leads to the exact symptoms we talked about earlier: cold hands and feet, tingling, fatigue, weakness. But this is where vitamin K2 becomes incredibly important. Vitamin K2 activates special proteins in your body that work like calcium traffic controllers. Their job is simple but powerful. They help move calcium out of soft tissues like arteries and redirect it into bones where it belongs. One of these proteins is called matrix GLA protein, or MGP. When activated by vitamin K2, MGP helps prevent calcium from sticking to artery walls. Over time, this allows blood vessels to regain their natural flexibility and elasticity. And when arteries become more flexible again, blood can travel much more efficiently through the body. For many seniors, improvements in vessel function can lead to noticeable benefits such as warmer hands and feet, reduced circulation discomfort, better stamina during daily activities, improved cardiovascular health. But there's an important detail many people don't realize. Not all forms of vitamin K2 work the same way. The MK7 form stays active in the bloodstream much longer than other types. This allows it to provide continuous support for calcium regulation throughout the day. For many adults over 60, health experts often suggest a daily intake of around 180 to 360 micrograms of vitamin K2, MK7. However, supplementation should always be discussed with a healthcare provider, especially for people taking medications that affect blood clotting. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Vitamin K2 works best when paired with another essential nutrient. Without this second vitamin, your body cannot fully activate one of the most powerful natural systems for improving blood flow. In fact, when these two vitamins work together, they create what researchers now call a circulation-supporting partnership. In the next section, I'll explain the second vitamin that helps your arteries relax and widen, allowing blood to move more freely throughout your entire body. And once you see how these two nutrients work together, you'll understand why many researchers consider them one of the most powerful combinations for supporting circulation after 60. Now that we've talked about vitamin K2 and its role in helping clear calcium from your arteries, it's time to look at the second nutrient that makes this system truly powerful. Because cleaning the arteries is only half of the solution. For healthy circulation, blood vessels must also be able to relax and widen when your body needs more blood flow. And this is where the second vitamin becomes essential. That vitamin is vitamin D3. Most people know vitamin D3 as the sunshine vitamin. It's famous for supporting bone health, strengthening the immune system, and helping regulate mood. But what many people don't realize is that vitamin D3 also plays a critical role in blood vessel health. In fact, vitamin D behaves more like a hormone than a traditional vitamin. Almost every cell in your body has vitamin D receptors, including the cells that form the delicate inner lining of your arteries. Remember the endothelium we talked about earlier? That thin layer inside your blood vessels that controls how they expand and contract? Vitamin D3 helps that system function properly. One of the most important ways it does this is by supporting the production of a powerful molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is essentially your body's natural blood vessel relaxer. When nitric oxide levels increase, arteries receive a signal to open wider, and when arteries widen, something remarkable happens. Blood begins to move more easily, pressure inside the vessels decreases, and oxygen can reach tissues that were previously struggling to receive it. This process is called vasodilation, and it's one of the most important mechanisms behind healthy circulation. But when vitamin D levels drop, something that commonly happens after age 60, the body's ability to produce nitric oxide can also decline. That means arteries may remain tight and constricted even when the body needs more blood flow. And this contributes to symptoms like cold hands and feet-leg fatigue during walking slow or healing. Increased blood pressure, poor circulation to the brain and nerves, but vitamin D3 doesn't only help blood vessels relax. It also plays a powerful role in reducing inflammation, which is one of the biggest drivers of blood vessel damage. Chronic inflammation slowly irritates the endothelium, making arteries stiff and less responsive. Vitamin D helps calm this inflammatory process, allowing blood vessels to remain smooth, flexible, and responsive. Now here's why this matters so much. When vitamin K2 and vitamin D3 work together, they address two different but equally important problems. Vitamin K2 helps remove calcium buildup from artery walls. Vitamin D3 helps signal those arteries to relax and expand. One clears the pathway, the other opens the road for better blood flow. That's why many researchers now consider these two nutrients a powerful partnership for cardiovascular support, especially in older adults. For many seniors, commonly recommended vitamin D3 intake ranges between 2,000 to 5,000 IU per day. However, the ideal dosage varies depending on your current vitamin D levels, which can easily be measured through a simple blood test. Your doctor can help determine the level that's best for you. But here's something important to remember. Even the best vitamins cannot work effectively if your body lacks the basic nutritional foundation needed to support circulation. And that brings us to the next critical piece of the puzzle, because there are certain foods that naturally help your body produce even more nitric oxide, dramatically supporting healthy blood flow. In the next section, I'll show you simple foods that can naturally enhance circulation and help these two vitamins work even more effectively. Now that we've talked about the two key vitamins that support circulation, there's another important piece of the puzzle that many seniors overlook, and that's what you eat every day. Because vitamins like K2 and D3 work best when your body already has the raw materials it needs to improve blood flow. Think of supplements as tools, but the foods you eat provide the fuel and building blocks that allow those tools to work properly. One of the most powerful groups of foods for circulation are known as nitrate-rich vegetables. These foods contain natural compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide, the same molecule we talked about earlier that helps arteries relax and widen. When nitric oxide levels increase, blood vessels become more open and flexible, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach your tissues more efficiently. And that can lead to noticeable improvements in circulation. Some of the most powerful nitrate-rich foods include beets, spinach, arugula, celery, Swiss chard beets, in particular, have been widely studied for their ability to improve circulation. When consumed regularly, beet compounds help increase nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream, which may support healthier blood pressure and better oxygen delivery throughout the body. Even something as simple as a small glass of beet juice, or adding beets to a salad, can provide your body with these natural circulation-supporting compounds. Leafy greens like spinach and arugula work in a similar way. These vegetables supply the nitrates your body uses to generate nitric oxide, helping create a supportive environment for healthy blood vessel function. Another surprising food that can support circulation is dark chocolate. Now, I'm not talking about sugary candy bars. I'm referring to dark chocolate that contains at least 70% cocoa. Cocoa is rich in compounds called flavonols, which have been shown to support blood vessel flexibility and healthy circulation. Just a small amount, about 1 square per day, may contribute to improved vascular health when part of a balanced diet. In addition to nitrate-rich foods, there are also foods that provide natural vitamin K2 and vitamin D support. For vitamin K2, fermented foods are excellent sources. These include natto, a fermented soybean dish popular in Japan, aged cheeses such as Gouda and Swiss grass-fed butter. These foods naturally contain the MK7 form of vitamin K2, which helps regulate calcium inside the body. For vitamin D, sunlight remains the most efficient source. However, many seniors spend less time outdoors or live in climates where sunlight exposure is limited during certain seasons. That's why dietary sources can also be helpful. Some foods naturally rich in vitamin D include fatty fish, like salmon and mackerel, fortified dairy products, egg yolks. Adding these foods to your weekly meals can provide additional support for the circulation system. But nutrition alone isn't enough. There are also 2 simple daily habits that dramatically influence how easily blood moves through your body. And surprisingly, these habits have nothing to do with supplements or food. In the next section, I'll show you 2 extremely simple actions that can immediately help improve circulation. Something you can start doing today. Now, let's talk about something incredibly powerful, yet surprisingly simple. Because even if you take the right vitamins and eat circulation-supporting foods, your blood flow can still struggle if 2 basic daily habits are missing. These habits are often overlooked, but they can have a huge impact on how efficiently blood moves through your body. The first habit is hydration. Many seniors unknowingly walk around slightly dehydrated for most of the day. And while it may not seem like a serious issue, dehydration can significantly affect circulation. You see, blood is made up of more than 80% water. When your body doesn't receive enough fluids, the blood becomes thicker and more sluggish. This forces your heart to work harder to push blood through the vessels. And when blood becomes thicker, it also has a harder time reaching the tiny capillaries in your fingers, toes, and nerves. That's when symptoms like cold hands, swollen ankles, fatigue, numbness may start to appear. Proper hydration helps keep blood smooth, fluid, and easier to circulate throughout the body. A simple guideline many health experts recommend is drinking roughly half your body weight in ounces of water each day. For example, if someone weighs 150 pounds, they may aim for around 75 ounces of water daily. Of course, individual needs can vary depending on health conditions, medications, and activity levels. But maintaining steady hydration throughout the day can make a meaningful difference in circulation. Now, let's talk about the second habit, and it's just as important. That habit is regular movement. You don't need intense workouts or long gym sessions. In fact, the most beneficial movement for circulation is often gentle and consistent activity. When you move your muscles, especially in your legs, something fascinating happens. Your muscles begin acting like a secondary pump for your circulatory system. Each time the muscles contract, they help push blood through the veins and guide it back toward the heart. This is especially important for the lower body, where gravity naturally makes it harder for blood to return upward. Without movement, blood can begin to pool in the legs and ankles, leading to swelling and discomfort. But even small amounts of activity can help prevent this. Something as simple as walking for 10 to 15 minutes, light stretching, standing up, and moving every hour can dramatically support healthy circulation. Many doctors encourage seniors to take short walking breaks 2 or 3 times a day rather than sitting for long, uninterrupted periods. Even a brief walk around the house or garden can stimulate blood flow and keep vessels functioning properly. When you combine hydration, movement, proper nutrition, and the vitamins we discussed earlier, you begin creating the ideal environment for healthy circulation. But there's another important condition we need to talk about, one that many people experience alongside poor blood flow. It's called peripheral neuropathy, and it can cause burning, tingling, or stabbing sensations in the feet and hands. In the next section, I'll explain why circulation problems often lead to nerve pain and the specific nutrient that may help support nerve health. Now let's address a symptom many seniors experience alongside poor circulation: that burning, tingling, or stabbing sensation that often appears in the feet or hands. This condition is known as peripheral neuropathy, and it can become extremely uncomfortable if left unaddressed. Many people believe neuropathy only happens because of diabetes. And while diabetes is a common cause, reduced blood flow is another major contributor. Your nerves rely on a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients delivered through tiny blood vessels called capillaries. When circulation slows down, those delicate nerve cells begin receiving less oxygen and fewer nutrients. Over time, the nerves become stressed and irritated. That's when symptoms start appearing: tingling sensations, burning pain, numbness in the feet or hands, sensitivity to touch essentially. Those nerves are sending distress signals because they are not receiving the support they need. This is why improving circulation is such an important first step in supporting nerve health. But there is also a nutrient that has been widely studied for its ability to support nerves directly. That compound is called alpha-lipoic acid, often abbreviated as ALA. Alpha-lipoic acid is a unique antioxidant because it is both water-soluble and fat-soluble. This allows it to travel throughout the entire nerve cell, helping support the structures responsible for energy production and cellular repair. Research has shown that alpha-lipoic acid may help reduce nerve discomfort while supporting healthier nerve function. Many clinical studies investigating nerve health have used a daily amount of around 600 milligrams of alpha-lipoic acid. However, like all supplements, it's important to consult with your healthcare professional before starting a new routine. Bringing everything together. Now that we've covered the major tools for improving circulation, let's bring everything together into a simple daily routine. Think of this as your circulation support blueprint. In the morning, start your day with vitamin D3 and vitamin K2 MK7 alongside breakfast. These vitamins absorb best when taken with healthy fats, such as olive oil, avocado, or eggs. You can also include circulation-supporting foods like leafy greens or beet powder in your meals. Throughout the day, sip water regularly to maintain hydration. Try to stand up and move every hour, even if it's only for a minute or two. Short walks or light stretching help keep blood flowing efficiently. In the afternoon, consider spending 10 to 15 minutes elevating your legs slightly above heart level. This allows gravity to help blood return from the lower body back toward the heart. While resting, practice slow, deep breathing, allowing the diaphragm to expand and gently support circulation. In the evening, support your body's recovery with quality sleep. During deep sleep, your body performs many of its most important repair processes, including restoring the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night. The most important message when these habits come together: proper nutrition, supportive vitamins, gentle movement, hydration, and restorative sleep, they create a powerful environment for healthier circulation. And here's the message I want you to remember. Getting older does not mean your circulation must decline. Your body has an incredible ability to adapt and repair itself when it receives the right support. By giving your circulatory system the tools it needs, you can help your blood vessels remain flexible, your nerves supported, and your body energized. You deserve to feel strong, warm, and vibrant at every stage of life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and share it with someone who may benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss future videos where I share simple, science-based strategies for staying healthy after 60. This is Dr. Christina Serrati, and I'll see you in the next video.